The vesica piscis is the almond-shaped form created when two circles of equal radius overlap in such a way that each circle's center touches the other's circumference. And this simple geometric pattern became sacred across traditions because it represents the intersection of heaven and earth, spirit and matter, masculine and feminine, and generating the aperture through which divinity enters manifestation and through which consciousness can ascend back to source. This is the vesica piscis, and understanding its symbolism reveals why it appears in Christian art as the mandorla surrounding Christ in glory, why sacred architecture uses its proportions for windows and doorways, as well as why mystics see it as the geometric form of divine birth, cosmic union, and the threshold between worlds. Let's start with the sacred geometry. Two circles overlapping create the vesica, the lens-shaped space where they intersect. The width to height ratio is exactly 1 over the square root of 3, producing proportions that ancient builders considered divine. The vesica generates other sacred forms too. Bisecting it vertically creates the golden rectangle, extending its points creates the equilateral triangle, and its proportions determine the dimensions of Gothic cathedrals' rose windows. Pythagoreans revered it as the womb of geometry. All other shapes emerge from this fundamental intersection. It's the first form created when unity, the circle, engages with duality, two circles. But what about the mandorla? Well, medieval Christian art places Christ in a vesica-shaped halo called the mandorla, especially in Ascension and Transfiguration scenes. He's shown emerging from or surrounded by this almond of light. The vesica represents Christ as the intersection of divine and human. Fully God, one circle, and fully human, the second circle. And the overlap is the incarnation where both natures unite without mixing. Gothic cathedral windows use vesica proportions, the space through which divine light enters material structures. The geometry itself becomes theology, God entering the world through the sacred aperture. And then of course there's the ichthys. The Christian fish symbol is two vesica piscis forms tail to tail. Early Christians used it as a recognition sign. Ichthys in Greek acrostics to Jesus Christ, God's Son, Savior. The fish shape emerges naturally from the vesica. Rotate one vesica 90 degrees and overlap it with another, and you create the fish outline. The Christian symbol encodes sacred geometry itself. Esoterically, the fish represents souls swimming in the waters of material existence, born through the vesica, a divine birth, seeking to return through the vesica, spiritual ascent. And of course, the cosmic womb. So the vesica definitely represents the birth canal, or the gateway of physical birth, and mystics see it as the cosmic birth canal through which all souls enter this material existence and through which the divine descends into flesh. And the intersection point is crucial. The vesica symbolizes any threshold between realms, waking and sleeping, life and death, time and eternity. It's the liminal space where transformation occurs because both states coexist. Mystery schools see it as the initiation gateway. You stand in the overlap between ignorance and gnosis, mortality and divinity, profane and sacred. The vesica is where you exist during initiation before completing the passage. Meditation on the vesica produces consciousness of both rather than either or. And now you know that